everybody, good morning and welcome to the programme. Now you've made the point that while attention is on this accident, this really should be a moment for the nation to confront its national responsibility. What did you mean by that?
Thank you very much for having me on your show. I was really distraught that by the images I saw of Anthony and Joshua being pulled out of such a ghastly auto accident without any form of emergency first aid, no stretcher, and to know that there could have been some of his colleagues who survived but were not given those initial emergency support to get to the hospital on time, and probably we'll be having a different conversation today. Just those images. But what you most know about that road is that road kills an average of 70 to 80 people and 100 people per month. And if Attorney Joshua wasn't the person involved, you probably wouldn't have heard about this story at all. So,
sorry, just to jump in. You said that road leads to 70 to 80 people a month.
Yes. That the Lagos-Ibadan road is very notorious.
Right, everyone, welcome to Pulse Media. Now, this particular video is a very, very disappointing video, and then this is not the first time Sowore will be coming out to do this to Nigeria. Obviously, this man is not friendly to this country, and then is a bad agent to this country. I say this because, whatever the case may be, whatever you think of Nigeria, coming up with such kind of statement about this country, it definitely speaks bad of you as a human being. Now, the accident occurred, yes. Of course, Nigeria is a developing country, and then we don't expect everything to be perfect as it ought to be. Of course, in some other countries of the world, even in the lesser developed countries, emergencies are taken more seriously, better than Nigeria. But of course, statements he made about Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is something else that I just really don't know why this man keeps doing this to this country. What I say about him is that he keeps waiting for something bad to happen and then come out to demarcate this nation the more. Now, I was almost in tears when I had that interview he made with BBC. This particular video you are watching is an interview with BBC, where he said that the Lagos-Ibadan road is notorious, and then it causes about 70 to 80 deaths every month. Now, let's not forget that this particular road is the busiest road in West Africa, and besides, that road has been under construction since the Obasanjo era, since 1999, and then it has been completed. Now, the accident that occurred, which involved Anthony Joshua and his mate, the preliminary finding on that accident didn't put it that the accident occurred because of bad road. It was simply because of reckless driving.
What we'll discover was that men at Shagam unit informed us of the unfortunate incident. From what we got to understand was that there was a trailer that was parked at the shoulder, whereby the vehicle conveying Anthony Joshua and his team did a wrongful overtake, and they ran into that vehicle, which was definitely because of the overspeeding. I didn't mean there were no overspeeding, probably that wouldn't have been that fatal. Now, from the report we have 5 people were involved in the total. 2 people lost their lives, and the rest just had injuries. He was not among the people that died anyway, but the DSS details that were with him took him to an undisclosed location, took him to an hospital, but he was not seriously injured, from what we discovered.
So what other details do you want us to know?
What our men did was to carry those that lost their life to the nearest morgue there, so they've been deposited there, and the road was later cleared from every other form of obstructions.
Now, if you go abroad where you have good road network, and then you drive anyhow, definitely you could have accident and die also. So coming up with such kind of statement that the Lagos-Ibadan road is a notorious road, and then about 70 to 80 people die there every month, it's not saying well of this country. Now, how do we reform this Sowore of a man so that he can speak well about Nigeria? I don't understand why he, in his quest just to be relevant, keeps demarketing Nigeria and then making Nigeria irrelevant. I was so disappointed. I'm so disappointed rather with this interview. He's not speaking well of this nation. Now, if we have, I look at the picture of that, I look at the scenario there, and that truck, the way it was parked, it was not even parked. It was parked to the extreme, to the extreme part of the road. If that guy had not been reckless in his driving, or if he had obeyed traffic laws and if he has not been overtaken anyhow, that wouldn't have happened. So why do we always blame Nigeria, blame government, blame the system for everything that happened? A lot of people were saying, I read people's comments saying Nigeria has happened to him. Nigeria has happened to him in what way? Nobody is even talking about the driver that was so reckless in his driving. Even this VDM that people are taking as God, he was even talking anyhow. Talking anyhow. Saying Nigeria has happened to him. What do you do? What about the driver that was driving excessively? That guy should be charged to court and then be charged for murder. He should be charged for murder. How can you be driving excessively and then you expect accident not to occur? And then you blame it on a truck that was innocently parked, that was even parked outside, that was parked extremely from the road. I don't know, we need to have sense in this country. We have a lot, we just got to be sensible in this nation. We just don't open our mouth to one, keep demarketing this nation. Why do Nigerians hate Nigeria like this? I don't know. Why do we hate this country like this? Why do we hate this country? You are in the country. Yes, we hate this country. Sowore has the opportunity to leave this country. The wife and children are citizens of the US. He's even a citizen of US by marriage or whatsoever. So why are you in Nigeria demarketing this country, telling us that Lagos-Ibadan road is a notorious road? Then are you trying to drive investors from coming to this nation? This guy should be taught some lesson. I don't understand why he's misbehaving like this. Yeah, I don't understand why he's misbehaving like this. I'll see you in another video.
2023. Good morning and welcome to the program. And now you've made the point that while attention is on this accident, this really should be a moment for the nation to confront its national responsibility. What did you mean by that?
Thank you very much for having me on your show. I was really distraught that by the images I saw of Anthony and Joshua being pulled out of such a ghastly auto accident without any form of emergency first aid, no stretcher, and to know that there could have been some of his colleagues who survived but were not given those initial emergency support to get to the hospital on time, and probably we'll be having a different conversation today. Just those images. But what you must know about that road is that road kills an average of 70 to 80 people and 100 people per month. And if Attorney Joshua wasn't the person involved, you probably wouldn't have heard about this story at all. So,
sorry, just to jump in. You said that road leads to 70 to 80 people a month.
Yes. That the Lagos-Ibadan road is very notorious for such types of accident, and poor emergency services contribute to what will be about 50 to 60% of why the fatality rate is high. If that kind of accident had immediate assistance in terms of emergency services, probably some of his friends might have survived, and several other persons that have died on that Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. Those are deaths that you can refer to as needless death.
You mentioned the poor emergency services response.
Yes.
Can you explain what it is? What resources there are around in the area, how the response normally takes place?
Probably nothing. Nigeria has road safety. They have a road safety agency. They call them the Federal Road Safety Corps, and they're supposed to have ambulances. They're supposed to have stretchers. They're supposed to be able to support victims of accident. But what they do naturally on that road, I can't tell you. But sometimes they just stay there and extort money from motorists. That's what the issue. But when it was first established, it was handled by Professor Wole Soyinka, the Nobel laureate. it used to be an agency to be proud of, but today it's a shadow of itself. So they no longer have those emergency services. There's also supposed to be a National Emergency Management Agency known as NEMA, and they're supposed to be on that road, but I don't even think they exist. What I'm trying to say is that with that,
always, as it always does, comes down to money, to resources. The Nigerian health system, we know is under financial pressure.
yeah.
Do you think it's realistic to ask for the sort of, helicopter cover for that road? Is that going to happen?
Well, if the president of Nigeria, their children fell sick or they're in an accident, well, we get air ambulances to pick them up and take them to Germany or the UK. So why can't we afford it for the majority of our people? It's a matter of priority. There was a the son of former President Buhari, who was in a motorbike accident. They got him to Germany before daybreak. And I'm sure that cost more money than we could have used to provide maybe 3 or 4 helicopters. It's a matter of national priority. And I must tell you that we can afford it. Nigeria can afford those kind of emergency services. Yes, certainly, but we don't have the kind of leadership that are good enough to handle those kind of things, sadly.
Sowore from the African Action Congress Party. We're going to have to leave it there, but thank you very much for your insight on the story.
Thank you for having me.
And you're sending out...
Is that